What is going on, guys? Thanks for checking out this video, My Sports Gematria. In this video, I'm going to go over some basketball games for Thursday, March 30th, 2023. I'm going to show you highlights of each side, and it's going to be up to you to determine who you think will win based on the numbers. I encourage you to add additional information on top of this if needed for you to feel confident in your own pick. And if for some reason you're curious to know who I'm picking in these games, you'll have to join my Patreon where my picks are always in writing, underlined, and italicized. For more information on that, please read the pinned comment in the comment section below to this video. I wish you guys the best of luck on all your picks for this games, for this day, whatever you got going on for Thursday. I wish you the best of luck. Let's go ahead and get to the games that I'm going to be looking at. We're going to be looking at the two NBA games on Thursday, the Celtics versus the Bucks and Pelicans versus the Nuggets. On this side of the screen right here is what I call my daily numbers, date numerology, Gregorian Hebrew calendar. And then on this side of the screen is what I call my game numbers specific to the game. The way that I have it structured here is I have the road team up top, their coach's record, their season record, their road record, any other notes I want to add. In the middle is the all-time head-to-head record between the two teams, as well as for the regular season, as well as for this season in particular. Then at the bottom is the home team, their season record, their home record, any other notes that I want to add, and their coach's record. Let's go ahead and just jump right into these two games. I just quickly put these games together right before hitting the record button, so I've only briefly looked over them just to mark a few things, and I'll just go over them with you in this video right now. So starting with the first game, the Bucks versus the Celtics. I always start with the home team on the bottom, and then I go over numbers for the road team up top. So starting with the home team on the bottom, if the Bucks were going to win this game, it could just be as simple as them getting their 56th win for the season on a day with 56 date numerology for the Gregorian. Doesn't have to be any more complicated than that. Bucks would sit on 21 losses for this season with the win to go with, as they become 2-1, like 21 head-to-head against the Celtics for the season with the win in their last head-to-head matchup. Outside of that, I didn't have anything else marked here. It's just the 56 and the 21 for the Bucks season record if they were to win this game. If Bucks did win this game, they'd become 31-7 at home for a home record. 31-7 or 317 is the 66th prime number. I didn't know what I can connect that 66 to outside of it being... I'll show you 66. 66 sums to 149, just like 77 sums to 149, and it's both these teams' 77th game for the season. Bucks could become 31-7. They would be sitting on that 7 home losses in their 77th game for the season, and then 77 sums to 149, just like 66 sums to 149. The reason why the 77s are marked in a bright yellow, it's because this is the 77th NBA season. So I just kind of marked those to note for myself. Let's type in 111. Okay, there could be a Hebrew connection here with 111. 111 sums to 81, and it will be the 8th day of the first month for the Hebrew religious side of the calendar, like 81. So we can go ahead and mark that 111 in a purple color. I could help out the Bucks. They can get their 111th regular season head-to-head win against the Celtics on the 8th day of the first month for the Hebrew religious. 111 sums to 81. Celtics, they could become 52-25 for a season record. I don't really have a connection for that, but 52 and 25 are reflections of each other. 52-25. And the thing is the Celtics, they play tomorrow at home. The Bucks, they played yesterday on the road and won, and now they're traveling back home to play this game. Celtics are going to be, so the Bucks are on a back-to-back, and the Celtics are starting the first of a back-to-back. Tomorrow, will be the 9th day of the 7th month for the Hebrew civil side of the calendar, like 97, the 25th prime number. The Celtics can get their 25th loss against the Bucks to head into tomorrow's game, or they could get their 25th loss tomorrow on the 9th day of the 7th month, 97, the 25th prime number. So that's kind of a switch around. The only way I look at it for the 52-25 is just because 52 and 25 are reflections of each other. And if Celtics were to become 52-25 for a season record with a loss, they would sit on 24 road wins with the loss to go with, today being the 89th day of the Gregorian, the 24th prime number. But that goes either way for the Celtics because, again, they can just sit on 24 losses with the win, 89, the 24th prime number. But that's all I really had marked for the Bucks for right now. For the Celtics, if the Celtics were going to win this game, Celtics could become 2-1, like 21 head-to-head against the Bucks for the season with the win. If you write out the number 21, it sums to 141. Celtics can get their 141st all-time head-to-head win against the Bucks as they become 2-1 head-to-head against the Bucks for the season, like 21. 21 sums to 141. It will be a day with 56 date numerology on the Gregorian, and instead of the Bucks getting their 56th win for the season, what could happen is their coach can get his 118th loss regular season as a coach for the Bucks. 56, if you write it out, does sum to 118. It will be the 8th day of the Hebrew religious year. Could be a reason why the Bucks get their 8th home loss for this season. And for the Celtics getting their 53rd win for the season, I didn't really see anything stand out to me, honestly. And the thing is they're on a back-to-back, or first leg of a back-to-back. They're playing here on the road, and then tomorrow they're playing at home. And I already talked about the 25 potential for the Celtics. Tomorrow will be the 9th day of the 7th month for the Hebrew civil, like 97, the 25th prime number. So the Celtics could either get their 25th win or 25th loss against the Bucks, or they can get their 25th loss tomorrow. Who do they play tomorrow? Celtics play the Jazz at home. Jazz isn't that great of a team. So maybe they get their 25th loss against the Bucks, and then they sit on that 25 tomorrow against the Jazz. That could be a potential route. For the 53rd win, I don't know. Nothing stands out to me on that one. Yeah, there's just not a whole lot of numbers here either way. I'm trying to give you something good here, but there's not really much to play with here. It's either going to be the Bucks 56-21 or it's going to be the 141 and 21 for the Celtics. And then you got that 118 against the Bucks coach. Celtics playing today and tomorrow back to back, one on the road and one at home. I can see the Celtics sitting on the 24 losses, or I can see them going into tomorrow with 25 losses. Yeah, it just doesn't really. Straight out 57. And the 53 doesn't really give me anything. I don't know, you guys. I try to give you something here, but there's not really much to give, honestly. Sorry about that. But I guess let's just go ahead and move on. This is all I have for right now. I do like the 56-21 for the Bucks, but I don't trust it necessarily because again, this is a back-to-back game for the Bucks. Yesterday they were on the road. Now they're coming home, just they're going from on the road to at home. It could be a flat spot for them, and they could just end up getting their 8th home loss on the 8th day of the Hebrew Religious. And then at the same time, the Celtics are starting their first game of a back-to-back. They're on the road, and then they'll be at home against the Jazz tomorrow. I can see the Celtics beating the Jazz tomorrow at home. Are they going to spare their energy in this game as well? Even if they do a lot of energy here in this game, I can still see them beating the Jazz tomorrow. So kind of a tough look here. I'll have to keep looking at that numbers-wise. I'll suggest you guys keep looking at that numbers-wise. But let's go ahead and move on to the Pelicans and the Nuggets. Sorry to interrupt this video, you guys, but I need a huge favor from you. Can you go ahead and like this video and leave a comment below on who you think's going to win? It's going to help with the YouTube algorithm. It's going to help grow my channel. I really appreciate you guys being here. Let's go ahead and get back into the video. Pelicans and the Nuggets. So I'm going to start with the home team first, and then I'll go over some numbers for the road team. So starting with the home team, the Nuggets. This will be a day with 76 date numerology on the Gregorian, the 89th day of the Gregorian year, the 24th prime number, and then the Nuggets 76 game for the season. They can sit on 24 losses with a win. The Nuggets will be playing tomorrow on the road, so this is the start of a back-to-back game for the Nuggets. If they do get a win here, though, they would get their 46th all-time head-to-head win against the Pelicans on a day with 56 date numerology. 56, if you write it out, sums to 46. And then Pelicans would get their 39th loss for the season. 39, if you write it out, sums to 56. And the Nuggets, they could become 46-31 all-time head-to-head against the Pelicans, sitting on 31 losses all-time as they become 3-1, like 31 head-to-head against the Pelicans for the season to go with. And Pelicans, they can go ahead and get their 26th road loss in their coach's 159th regular season game for his career. 26, if you write it out, sums to 159. It also sums to 42. Could be a reason why Nuggets get their 42nd regular season head-to-head against Pelicans to go with. But the Nuggets are playing a back-to-back here. And same thing for the Nuggets applies for the Celtics. What do I mean by that? The Nuggets can get their 25th loss either today or tomorrow. Tomorrow being the 9th day of the 7th month for the Hebrew Civil, like 97, the 25th prime number. So on a first leg, on a back-to-back, they'll be hitting the road tomorrow. So this could be a flat spot for the Nuggets maybe, saving that energy for the road. They can go into tomorrow's game with 25 losses with the loss here against the Pelicans. This is the Nuggets' 39th home game. Pelicans could get their 39th win or their 39th loss for the season. But if they get their 39th win for the season in the Nuggets' 39th home game, Pelicans would also even score 2-2 head-to-head against the Nuggets for the season with the win, like 22. And the number 22 written out sums to 39. Pelicans, it's their 77th game for the season. It's the 77th all-time head-to-head matchup between these two teams. Maybe it's something that can favor the Pelicans. It being the 77th NBA season. Pelicans, they can get their 32nd all-time head-to-head win against the Nuggets, as the Nuggets sit on 32 home wins for the season with the loss. And the coach 333. Let's write that out. 133, 286. I guess you can say there's 32 date numerology on the Hebrew religious side of the calendar. Let's go ahead and mark that up purple. What about their coach getting his 75th win? Let's write that out. Tough reads on these games. For only 2 games on the board, it's not really giving us a whole lot to work with here. I just have just that little bit. Like I said, I just built this out before hitting the record button, so I haven't really looked over this a whole bunch. But that's just what I have for the Nuggets and the Pelicans. That's just what I have for the Celtics and the Bucks. So for the Bucks, you got that 56-21. For the Celtics, you have the 141 and 21 connection. It could just be the Bucks are tired. Flat spot for the Bucks coming back on the road for a back-to-back game. Celtics, they're playing the Jazz tomorrow. They know they can probably beat the Jazz tomorrow, so maybe they put all their all in this game. Could be something like that. For the Pelicans and Nuggets, Nuggets have some interesting numbers to win, but they're starting a back-to-back game. Who do they play on the road tomorrow? So they're going to be traveling tomorrow. They play the Suns. So depending on who's actually listed on the injury report for that game, that might be a tough game for the Nuggets. That might not be. It just depends on who's on the injury report and who's not. So maybe the Nuggets do want to win this game against the Pelicans. But at the same time, the Pelicans have a little bit of numbers here. That 39 can go either way for the Pelicans. They can even the score 2-2. It could be a revenge narrative for the Pelicans. And Nuggets could go into tomorrow's game with 25 losses on the 9th day of the 7th month, like 97, the 25th prime. And then Pelicans would get the 32nd all-time head-to-head win as Nuggets sit on 32 home wins with a loss. So those little things that you can poke at with each game. Nothing extravagant, nothing amazing, nothing mind-blowing. Just your normal Thursday night games with a few little narratives here and there for each side. Hopefully it helps. Hopefully it gets you started on a decode, adds to a decode that you already have. I wish you guys the best luck on all your picks for these games for this day. Hopefully you win all the money in the world, and maybe I'll see you guys in the next video.